This posture right here is showing me that she is deeply protecting her heart, and her back is catching all of the pain. Hey guys, welcome back to Geek Responsibly. I'm Jenna Wahl, and your posture is your own autobiography. If somebody has had surgery or they have a wound that needs stitches, there is a scar. That is their story. They get to tell that story to others. What we don't think about are the wounds that we can't visibly see, but they are still showing the person's story through their posture. And before we get into it, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss another Geek Responsibly episode. I have read postures for 19 years. When I was doing massage therapy, I would read someone's posture in order to analyze what was going on, what was out of alignment, and create a custom plan to help them get back into alignment and relieve their chronic pain. And now I help women online do the same for themselves. They are able to analyze their own posture and create a custom plan just for them using body-mind energetics. There are 3 major acts in the body that you can read your own posture. Act 1, the ankles. When watching someone walk, also known as their gait, this allows me the opportunity to see what their body is currently going through. So you would think that the feet are the foundation blocks of the body, but they are actually just a direct reflection of what's going on within the hips. And this is also true about the shoulders. If I see someone walking with their ankles pronated inward like this indicates to me that their knees are most likely touching, so they don't have a thigh gap. Their quads are over dominating their hamstrings, which means their hamstrings are tight, most likely have an anterior pelvic tilt, and that their hips are rotating inward. The ankles are meant to allow you to move with flexibility, but like the knees, they are weight-bearing joints. The problems here are going to be directly connected to the emotional and physical weight being too much to carry. And yes, a physically larger person will most likely have pronated ankles, but someone who is physically smaller can also have pronated ankles due to the emotional weight that they are carrying. Again, the body speaks the mind. If you have pronated ankles, here are 2 questions that you can ask yourself. Do you feel weighed down by difficulties or big feelings? And can you lighten the load? Physical pain that comes from pronated ankles is low back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, foot pain, literally all the pain, because it is out of alignment. And if you're feeling out of alignment, then you need Aligned. Aligned is my relationship alignment program that guides survivors to have deeply honest relationships without plateauing in therapy by using energetically aligned myofascial techniques. Fascia is the thin, sticky layer that surrounds all of our organs and our whole body. It's kind of like saran wrap. Within Aligned, you will learn myofascial release techniques, subconscious rewiring, and identity building systems in order to align your body, mind, and your spirit. You can begin today. Check out the link below in the description. And for those action takers out there, if you sign up today, you will get a one-on-one session with me at any point within the 12-month program, because everybody is different, which is extremely true for the hips. This is the main character of the body. It is the set point of the upper and lower halves of the posture. The hip area indicates the inability of being able to release the past and also feel safe being on your own, standing on your own. And this all comes down to trust in relationships, which we all say that the foundation of a healthy relationship is trust, but we don't trust a goddamn thing. Damn! If someone's hips are rolling inward, that indicates to me that they've had a breach in trust in a romantic relationship. There is a withdrawal of energy from this area. Think of big gates closing on the treasured land. And this doesn't have to be alluding to sexual abuse. This could be that somebody wants to leave the relationship, but they don't know how, and they just stay. So the body does what it does best, and it tries to put you into the alignment of what your brain is feeling. And if your brain is feeling like, man, I really don't want to be intimate with this person because I don't feel a general connection, that is going to cause the hips to roll inward. And I can only speak for me and my own experiences of being raised Catholic, but I was always told to close my legs, especially when we were wearing dresses, or just to be a lady.
Because I'm a lady, that's why.
This constant repetitive reminder and action has caused my own knees to easily go inward, which you would think would be a good thing, but as I just mentioned, it causes a lot of misalignment within the body. And on an emotional level, I always felt like I was going to be a slut or be made fun of or talked poorly about if I engaged in sexual activities before marriage. And when I did, I would have a ton of shame, which caused my knees to go inward, which caused my hips to also follow. Last act is the neck. So our emotions, thoughts, feelings are expressed outwardly through our voice. This is also where food and water are swallowed. Maybe some other things.
Bruh.
Literally, the neck is a bridge between thoughts and feelings, mind and heart, mind and body. This is also where a body-mind split can occur. Think of academics who are not really physically active and athletes that are not very studious. Now, we have an epidemic here that we do not feel our feelings. We literally disconnect and we are just a floating head. And it is shown within the posture of protruding heads forward, or what is called nerd neck right now. Take a look at Taylor Swift. This posture right here is showing me that she is deeply protecting her heart and her back is catching all of the pain. When these thoughts and feelings aren't fully processed or completely felt, they get stuck in the body and the body has nowhere else to store them. And some of you will probably say, well, Jenna, it's because of the poor posture of them looking down at their phone, etc. Yes, there's always a physical reason why these postures are happening, repetitive actions. But there's also the emotional standpoint here. For example, when you are looking at your phone scrolling TikTok and you have 30-second, 1-minute clips that are just blasting you in the face, your heart can't protect itself. So your body rolls forward, your head goes through, you literally disconnect from your body because there's so many emotions that are happening in a small amount of time. There are times when I sit on TikTok, I'll scroll, I'm laughing, and then all of a sudden I'm crying, and then I'm feeling all the feels with cute little puppy videos, and then all of a sudden I'm crying again. That is not healthy to have this roller coaster of emotions that we're experiencing and nowhere to release it. This is why so many people sit on social media and they experience depression, anxiety, overwhelm, and then they can't stop. They literally waste hours upon hours on their phone and then they look at the clock going, holy shit, how is it already 4 o'clock? And now I don't know much about Taylor Swift, but I am aware that she has had a lot of rocky romantic relationships. So this makes sense that her body would be trying to protect her heart. And she's not processing the feelings fully as they are getting stuck in her back. But it doesn't even have to be about romantic relationships. She could be feeling a lot of stress throughout everything that she's doing, all the things that she's got her hands in, and the cortisol level are going to spike. Again, there is a physical reason why the body is experiencing this specific posture. And emotionally, she is carrying the weight of the world because so many people look up to Taylor Swift and look towards her music to help them. And that's a lot of weight to bear. So the body is absolutely brilliant and is doing exactly what it is always intended to do, is keep her in alignment. And this is just the alignment that it goes into because it feels like it is protecting her vital organs, which it is. To help you bring this into perspective, think of a time when you were in a group or maybe even meeting someone for the first time. You might be standing in a specific posture to protect your vital organs. Even though you're engaged and really excited to be a part of the conversation, you might have your arms crossed, your shoulders are naturally rolling in, and you may be trying to keep yourself small so that you don't overwhelm anybody, because you probably were told that you were too much, too loud, too dramatic, and that is running in the background of your subconscious mind. Now we were focusing on the neck, so I know we were talking a lot about the heart and the back, but the reason why I had to share that is because when we have kyphosis of the mid-back, that protrudes the neck forward, as you saw with Taylor Swift. Her head protrudes forward. And energetically, this is showing that her head is floating outside of her body, that she may be thinking more, overanalyzing and overthinking, and then also disconnecting from the body. So it's really a sense of not being present. It's thinking of the future or the past. And rejection of the body can also be due to either disease or just not being aware of your body, having too big of emotions and not wanting to tap into them. So really an experience of, really a rejection of the body. And this can be due to a disease. This could be due to not being fully present and also having too big of feelings and worried that if you open up that box, Pandora is not getting back in. So a question I ask you is, do you feel like your body is a stranger or something that you have to drag behind you? Many agree that the body keeps the score, and absolutely, but that doesn't mean that you can't rewrite your story. There are thousands of programs out there for you to correct your posture, but the one thing that I've noticed that they do not have is understanding when these thoughts and these emotions arise. There's no way to help support you on a mental and energetic level. And that is why body-mind energetics is so important. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Geek Responsibly and maybe even learned something new. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell if you haven't already. And if you want some more candid content, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Always remember to geek responsibly.